Ryan Ruth walked into that federal courtroom this morning smiling, shackled by his hands and feet. He was even seen laughing.
Donald Trump is the target, okay? He's the current target, and it's happening, and it's happened again. And if you lose an election, the country's not going to come to an end, okay? What I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end, the Constitution will not end, we're not going to live in a dictatorship, there will not be a bloodbath, all the things they say.
Joining me now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. So this happened in your state. What are you going to do about it, Governor?
Well, the state of Florida is going to do our own investigation. Clearly, there were multiple violations of Florida law. We also, I think, have an interest in vindicating the truth about where this guy came from, what his motivations were. The people of our state deserve that. I don't think it's in the best interest of this country to say that agencies like the FBI and DOJ, which are trying to prosecute Trump in South Florida, they're on appeal at the 11th Circuit trying to reinstate an indictment that had been dismissed, that they're the best people to turn around.
Did Ron DeSantis just call out the FBI for being corrupt? That's the nicest way I've ever heard anyone say, hey, FBI, you suck. Now, they're wasting their time up in New Hampshire visiting a guy for some mean tweets. I've got that video. I'll put it at the end of this video. I'll put the link there so you can go check it out. But Ron DeSantis, former Navy JAG officer, now governor of Florida, and former opponent to Donald Trump, calls it out. Nobody trusts the FBI right now. Name one 3-letter agency that you trust. I can't think of anything. PBS and NPR come to mind as the biggest liars that are funded by the American taxpayer. The FBI, the CIA, the KGB, the ATF, whatever you want to fill in the blank, they are all corrupt and none of them have your best interests. But do you think that Donald Trump will get a fair investigation with any government agency right now? Ron DeSantis lays it out. He doesn't think so. I don't believe so either. And I'm glad to see Governor DeSantis engaging his Florida law enforcement into investigating this. I think that's the only way we know, and that probably scares the hell out of the Democrat Party, as well as the Harris, I'm going to start calling her Catwoman, because there's things that's been happening to cats. From now on, she's Catwoman.
And one, give us the truth about this defendant, but also to prosecute the case where they don't have as strong of jurisdictional claims. And so we are going to be doing our investigation. I'm going to have more to say on that very shortly about what precisely we're going to do. But I would note, Jesse, I've played golf with the president when he was in office at that course. It's a great golf course. That part of the property, the 5th green, the 6th hole, and then the 7th tee, that is right there up against the fence line. So the fence line is covered with shrubbery. So if you were just walking by, you couldn't really see inside. But that is clearly the biggest point of vulnerability on that course, because if you're burrowed into those.
How did this guy know about it? He's a carpenter from North Carolina, lives in Hawaii, has Catwoman stickers all over his truck. How did he know that Donald Trump was going to be golfing at that time and at that place? How did he know? And how did he know that was the most vulnerable spot? Donald Trump was on the 5th hole. You can see there, hole 5. He was waiting on hole 6 for 12 hours. 12 hours. Now, did he just go there and say, hey, I'm going to hang out, I'm going to do a little still hunting, right? Nobody does that for 12 hours unless they've been told where to be by someone within that circle that knew Donald Trump was going to be golfing and would be at hole 6 in just minutes before he was arrested, detained, ran off, tracked down. Do you think somebody in the Catwoman Brigade, one of the evil villains with the Penguin and the Catwoman and the Joker, do you think they knew anything about this? There's been other people talking about someone within Trump's circle maybe leaking some information.
In those shrubs, you have a pretty clear line of sight on a number of golf holes. And so when I heard that this had happened, there were kind of conflicting reports. Maybe two people were shooting at each other. They said, no, this was meant for President Trump. I immediately knew exactly what part of the course it would have been in. So how did this guy get in there? How was he able to burrow in? And yeah, we're thankful that the Secret Service agent, when he saw the muzzle of the gun, fired and caused the defendant to leave. But that guy was burrowed in there, seems like, for the rest of the night. How did that happen?
Right. Thank God for that agent. Thank God for that agent.
Yeah, thank God for that agent. Secret Service is amazing right now, right? Apparently they used their pew-pews 4 times. I don't think there's anything wrong with that guy. Now, he went into court laughing and kicking and screaming. Pretty amazing.
Kaylee, Ryan Ruth walked into that federal courtroom this morning smiling, shackled by his hands and feet. He was even seen laughing while speaking to his court-appointed attorney. Now, the judge presented 2 different charges: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and a possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. Combined, the judge says he could face 20 years in prison and $500,000 in fines.
I'm sure he'll afford it, right? He had a lot of money. Traveled to Kyiv multiple times, traveled all over the United States. There's pictures of him with elected officials, federally appointed officials here in the United States and in Ukraine. Carpenters from North Carolina living in Hawaii really have some scratch. Speaking of scratch, obliterating the numbers on that pew-pew, where did that come from? Is that some Fast and Furious stuff, Obama? Think about that. There's too many coincidences with this. I don't believe in coincidences. But this guy was triggered. This guy was incited. This guy was given some walking instructions. Does that smirk and smile look like anybody that's worried, right? Does he look worried? Will he be turned over to some federal prosecutors, some federal protection, maybe up there where Jeffrey used to be at? Is he going to get a visit in the middle of the night? Leave that for you to decide. Hit a like, subscribe, thumbs up button. Join the channel as a member. Follow me over there on Locals. We do a little more adult talk. YouTube thought it was convenient to get rid of my live streams that I'd done previously. You know, it's free speech. It's election season. That's what's going on.
They have tried to kill this man twice, okay? He got shot in the ear, and this guy was sitting up shop outside of a golf course to try to kill him this weekend. And I know after something like this happens, it's very fashionable to, talk about rhetoric on both sides. Donald Trump is the target, okay? He's the current target, and it's happening, and it's happened again. And honestly, we have to have a conversation about elections. If you lose an election, the country's not going to come to an end, okay? What I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end, the Constitution will not end, we're not going to live in a dictatorship, there will not be a bloodbath. All the things they say that are totally fabricated, to me, it would be a good day to stop doing that.
When will the Democrat Party, mainly Democrat media, news media, Joy Reid, come out and disavow some of the, things that they've said? They always want to get Donald Trump on the record disavowing Charlottesville, J6. They always try to get these Republican leaders to disavow everything. And it's always right-wing news, right-wing person, right-wing this, right-wing. When have you ever heard the term left-wing? This is Scott Jennings, CNN, laying down the truth.
We are learning more about what the FBI is calling an apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump yesterday.
Apparent. I like that term, apparent.
It's the second attempt in 9 weeks, and in both cases, the individuals were not minorities, undocumented immigrants, or someone from Haiti or Venezuela. No, they were white guys with guns.
White guys.
They were both registered Republicans. In fact, the suspect from this weekend's incident, who has been identified as 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth, voted for Trump in 20.
Voted for Trump, right? That's what they're going to go with. Meanwhile, he's got Catwoman stickers all over his pickup truck. There's Joy Reid delivering nothing but the truth, and only the truth, to you and everyone else. And if you believe that, I got a bridge with some beachfront property right here in Arkansas. Take care, Vetchbikers out.